Welcome, Vusi Maseko, the e-learning and lecturer support systems manager of South West Gauteng College, or SWGC, as we call them. My name is Shaun Swartz. I am the CEO of SK Education Solutions. We have extensive experience working in education, and we understand the unique day-to-day requirements of the industry. We take pride in offering complete education solutions, whether for face-to-face or for distance learning, for any length of course or qualification. Our flagship online learning management system is called COL Campus. Just before the beginning of the COVID-19 lockdown, Vusi from SWGC contacted me and said that he believes that SWGC need to go 100% online to ensure that their students are able to continue studying while at home. Vusi is a PhD candidate and is passionate about online learning. Vusi, thank you so much for chatting to me today. I really believe that other colleges will benefit from what you have to say. To begin with, what is South West Gauteng College?
Thank you so much, Shaun. South West Gauteng College is a public TVET college, meaning that we are funded by government, and actually students attend lessons in our college, most of them without paying any money because they are sponsored by NSFAS. So the main aim of our college is to provide students with learning in the vocational area, be it engineering or business. We have programs from N1 to N6 for engineering and N4 to N6 for business on the native side. Then on the NCV side, we have various courses from level 2 to level 4. We also do skills and leadership courses as well. So actually, we are taking care of everything vocational.
Oh, so you've got a big job on your hands there. Tell me, how many students do you have at SWGC?
SWGC has about 18,000 students. This is including the face-to-face and the distance learners.
Wow, and 18,000 students, I mean, obviously they don't come to one campus. How many campuses do you have?
We do have 6 campuses. We've got Dobsonville in Dobsonville, Joshua in Dube, Molapo in Molapo, Rodiport in Horizon, Rodport West also in Horizon, and Technisa in Randburg. 6 campuses.
Sure. Okay, so you're all around the country there. So tell me, why did you choose COL Campus as your preferred LMS provider?
Well, that is a long story. I hope you've got a time for that. We had seen a number of LMSs before then, and the experience with those LMSs was not so satisfactory. And when I was requested to revive the distance learning section, I decided I would take my time to choose an LMS. I tried so many LMSs. I went to so many conferences to test drive them. Some were only allowed me to test drive them on site. Some gave them to me, links and so on to test drive. Some were international, some were local. In the 18 months that I took to look for an LMS, I took out 18 months actually, I decided to zero in on a local LMS because I realized that there were so many problems that we got before from using LMSs which were coming in from different countries. I remember we had an LMS from New Zealand and Australia, and to get someone to assist us with problems was always a big challenge. So I didn't want to go through that again, which meant that I had to choose an LMS where I could get support locally at a phone call. I remember one time when we had a problem with an LMS, I won't mention a name. We had to contact Australia. They contact Pretoria. They've got to schedule a day to come and help us fix the problem. That seemed to me like a very long chain of response. And when I want a solution in the next 20 minutes or an hour, I've got to wait for that programming. So with that kind of experience, I had to look for a local product. I came across COL Campus, and I was given the opportunity to test drive it, I think for more than 3 months. And in that period, I realized that this seems to be the bride I'm looking for. And the rest is now history.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've so a big part was having the local help desk.
Yes.
And I think as you say, it's a very important aspect, because having a local help desk helps you as the client be able to contact support if you need help, and relatively quickly. You don't have to wait until American time zones or Australian time zones for that matter. And I understand that's obviously how you found the local help desk most helpful. It's quite interesting that you spent so long looking and test driving all the COL campuses, all the LMSs, and chose COL Campus. So we appreciate your input there, and thank you for choosing us. Tell me,
before we leave there,
yes.
another thing which was lacking in some LMSs was the ability to take care of engineering. You know, we've got formulas in engineering, and maybe only a third of them could handle engineering. Most of them could not. Even the previous one we had could not handle engineering formulas. So that was another reason why we're looking for a system which was able to accommodate and use engineering formulas. And with practice, I've found that the formulas are very useful. And maybe along the line, I will explain more about it.
Okay, that's very interesting. So essentially, scientific formulas, or being able to type in and display and use scientific formulas and mathematical equations, is very important for you. I was just about to ask you. So what COL Campus feature do you feel has benefited students the most? I would assume that it's scientific formulas, or do you have another one as well?
Yes, scientific formulas is obviously one of them. And the other one is instant feedback. There's nothing better for a student than for getting feedback immediately. I have done, for example, some courses whereby it's the normal multiple choice question, but for the right answer, I'll give some positive feedback to lead the student into more information. And for the wrong answer, I still give feedback so the student can be able to maybe reprogram their mind to the correct answer. I don't want to give them the answer in the feedback. I just want to direct them to where they can get the correct answer. So that too is quite, should I say, very useful informative assessment.
Yeah, it's a very big part, I believe, in the online learning, because students are not always in class, so they're learning on their own, and then they need to have these formative assessments with this immediate feedback, so that they can learn from their mistakes straight away. So as you say, don't give them the right answer, but direct them towards where to understand and learn the content so that they could, the next attempt, get the correct answer. And so it's a very big thing. And COL Campus obviously does that very, very well, and provides students with multiple attempts in doing formative assessments. So it's a very nice feature. You're absolutely right. I wish more people would use formative assessments in the way you are. So it's a great part of learning and ensuring that students are learning what they should be learning, and not just saying, yes, I understand in class, without actually not fully understanding. Tell me, do you have any other favorite features that you'd like to bring up?
For myself, I also like statistics, quiz statistics.
So you're a statistician by heart.
Yeah, you would say so. From an engineering background, yes. Why I like the quiz stats is that it helps you when you're going back to class to be able to give proper feedback to the students. Let me explain this. I know you know what I'm talking about, but I'm sure maybe if someone was listening to us now, they wouldn't really know what I'm talking about. Remember, in the quiz statistics, the system gives you an analysis of the student's performance, question by question, student by student, which means that when I get my report and I'm going to class, I can see that question 5, maybe only 10% got it right, and maybe question 6, which means that my feedback for the general class should be around maybe those 2 points. And then I can call students in individually and give them their own personal feedback on areas where they really need help. Because the issue of taking all students into a venue and giving general feedback is so discouraging to some students because it's so blanket, and
Yes.
they don't feel that it's talking to them. But if you can address the issues which are affecting almost all of them together, and then call them in smaller groups or even one-on-one and give them their feedback, it does help. It's actually called differentiated instruction. You know, you're going to differentiate who needs what support and who needs that support and give it to them in the quantity required.
I only wish that when I was in school, I had this type of feedback from my teachers. I mean, it's really impressive. And so, so basically what you're saying is that if you can detect that only 10% of the class understood a particular concept from the quiz, you can teach the whole class that. But then after that, you focus on individuals. I want to say something about that as well, because that's really all about early detection and supportive actions. So over and above the COL Campus system, which we also do monitoring and mentoring of students, that has proven to definitely increase learner completion rates. There's a system that we also have called MAS, which I know that you're very aware of. It's got built-in artificial intelligence, and using this artificial intelligence, colleges are able to identify potential risk learners early and direct this information about the obstacles to the relevant people that can assist them in overcoming those obstacles. So that's essentially what you're doing by using those statistics from those quizzes. So through the MAS system, through its seamless integration with COL Campus, MAS is able to monitor every aspect of a learner's digital footprint in his or her journey to course completion. So it's very encouraging to see that you're using a lot of these statistics to move in that direction. And Vusi, I know that you are considering also using the MAS system, and I truly believe that it will further improve your student retention and your graduation rates even further than what you're already doing by leveraging off all the different reports and stats that you get out of COL Campus already. And so it's really been a pleasure chatting with you today. And I want to thank you for all your inputs and support in using COL Campus over all these years. And hopefully your college and the use of the system can grow even further into other aspects of your college. So thank you very much.
Yeah, actually, we are now with the recent extension of our agreements. We're now also thinking of having lecture training online. So that is something which might start soon.
Very nice, very encouraging. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. We look forward
because
to
of
working
the
with you on
flexibility.
that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
The
incredible.
flexibility, you know.
100%. We're in a new world, and we need this type of flexibility. Vusi, thank you so much. It was such a pleasure chatting to you.
Thank you.